Hello and welcome to cheapsheds.com. This video will show you how to finish the door for your shed using the plans available on my website at www.cheapsheds.com. This is video number 8 in my 12 video series on how to build a shed. Now it's time to finish the door. I recommend using 1/4-inch carriage bolts to mount the hinges and latch because they can't be backed out like screws can. Plus, they hold much firmer and will help reduce future door sagging problems. First, you'll need a straight 1/4-inch router bit. You'll also need a router collar with an inside diameter slightly larger than the 1/4-inch router bit. It will consist of the collar and a threaded ring to hold it to the router base. You can purchase them individually or in a set. Adjust the cut depth of the bit to the thickness of the siding plus the thickness of the trim plus about 1/8 of an inch extra. If you're using typical 7/16 inch hardboard siding, that will add up to about an inch. The gap between the inner and outer door trim will guide the router collar as the bit cuts through the siding. Start at the bottom of the side where you're putting the hinges and pull the router through the gap between the trim up to the top and about halfway across the top of the door. Make sure you cut well past where the hinge will be mounted so that it will not interfere with the base of the router when you start the second cut. If you aren't cutting through the siding, then set the cut depth a little deeper until you just graze the 2x4 frame below the siding. If your cut depth is set a little too deep, it will not hurt anything. You'll just have to work harder because you're cutting through more wood. Locate where you want the hinges and drill 1/4-inch holes for carriage bolts. Use a long drill bit because you'll have to go through 1 inch of trim and 3.5 inches of wood. Mount the hinges by driving 5-inch carriage bolts into the holes. Place a second ladder inside the shed and climb inside. Install the washers and nuts, then remove the door spacers. Finish cutting across the top of the door where you left off and cut down the latch side to the bottom edge. Open the door and inspect your work. If you located your cut lines correctly, you will have a 1/2 inch reveal all around the door. Locate where you want the latch to go and drill 1/4-inch holes and mount with carriage bolts. And finally, use a handsaw to cut the bottom plate out of the door opening between the door frames. Thanks for watching this video on how to finish your shed door. The next video in this series is how to frame your shed roof. To buy the plans to build a shed and to see all the videos in the shed building series, go to my website at www.cheapsheds.com.